In this video, traders, we're going to look at 5 trading truths you need to face right now. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Alright, so if you're a subscriber to the channel, you know that we don't often sugarcoat things on here. We're not here saying, hey, you can make 100 grand a day and everyone's going to be happy and it's all going to be fluffy unicorns and milk and honey and all this kind of stuff. It's the real world, guys. You probably know yourself. That's why you're on this channel, right? It's challenging. It's difficult, but you can make progress, you can move forward. So this might not be aimed at you. Sometimes it's a good reminder. Some of these are a reminder as well to me. But maybe if you're new to trading and you've kind of seen all these things about how easy it is and what have you, but you still can't do it, maybe these are the things that are going to hit home to you. And hopefully, if you can take one of these and make some progress on it, then you'll see massive progress in your trading. So 5 things, guys. Number 1 is the market doesn't care about you or your trades. The market doesn't know how to get you. People say, oh, the market got me, the market keeps stopping me out. Market doesn't care. You can have a 20 million quid account and getting stopped out and losing 20 million quid in 2 minutes. It doesn't care. That's not how it works. It's not a one entity. It's a mixture of everybody. You, when you're trading, you're involved in the market. Your position, if you're trading one contract, has an effect on the market. It's about seeing the fluidity of it, the dynamics of it, and working out what the participants are going to do next, where they're going to head, how they're feeling, what's the price telling you, all this kind of stuff. And I'm not going too down this rabbit hole for this particular video, but thinking about the market as it's trying to get you is the wrong approach. It's not you against the market, it's you against every participant in there and yourself. It's such an odd situation that sometimes we can't get a head around it and we kind of label the market as the market. But it's so much better if you don't label it like that, because life becomes so much easier, because you can then enjoy the surf and the flow with it and get in with the whole market and be making money. It's working well, and then when it's not working, you pull out. You go, well, I'm getting punched too much here, I'm getting damaged too much, I'm getting slammed to the bottom of the ocean too much here. Let me step out and wait until it's more conducive to me. So if you're looking at it like that, it's not you versus it, it's you versus you and the participants in there. And if you can kind of join, then you can have, you know, the greatest trading experience possible, knowing that it's not always going to last, stepping back, stepping in. And if you're getting stopped out at the highs like everybody else, do what everyone else isn't doing. And that's the key thing, guys. This is number 2. You're losing because you're doing what everyone else does. Hard truth of it is that most traders lose. We know this, we've heard the stats, you probably know the stats as well. And so it's not uncommon for many people to be losing trading. And in fact, it's almost guaranteed at the beginning of a career. It's not a problem. Losing is not the issue. But what is the issue is if you're doing the same thing as everybody else, trading the same generic patterns without any twists or any flavors or any reasons to do it, then you end up having the same results, which are poor. I'm not saying that these patterns aren't effective, but you have to have the ability to trade them under your conditions, under the way you trade it. No, flag, bull flag, one of my favorite patterns, but only under the right conditions, because I've learned that this pattern doesn't work. If you trade it every single time, every time you see it, you're going to just throw money away. But there's a distinct time when it works well. That's why we have the conditions, why we have the grading the trade, why we filter the trade before we take the triggers, all this stuff. These are things that I've learned the hard way and recognize that I have to have my own flavor on stuff. The way that I look at price action works for me, and I work on it, I build on it every day. I'm trading the markets to become better and better and better at it. And so should you. Find your own edge. You say, hey, I like what Mark's saying about that, I'm going to use that. I don't like that. He's talking nonsense there. That's exactly what I want. For you to say, hey, that resonates with me, that I can work with that. Let me take that, let me take the little bit off that and add this. Let me add my flavor onto this and add this. Let me do that. Now, all of a sudden, you've got something that no one else is doing. It's yours and it works for you and for your personality. And that's the way to try to get some growth, to try to get some traction in trading. Number 3, guys, you're not being patient enough. Listen, I'm guilty of this as well. I'll have to take a step back. We want it quick. We want to get that to that account, you know, as quick as possible. I want to get out 7 figures. I want to get the 8 figures, whatever level you're at. And you're thinking, you're trying to push, and it doesn't work like that. The more you push, the harder it pushes back. It's about that perfect kind of enough pressure to make progress, but then when it stops, you back off. You know, it's just enough to push it and not. We want it so quick, so we end up scaling up, we end up over trading, all those other things that we don't need to go into now. If you're interested in that, of course, loads of stuff on the channel, loads of stuff that I'll continue to do to try and help you guys out. But the point is, guys, being patient. Stay in the game, because eventually you kind of start to get the traction there and it starts to really move. All right, so number 4 even, your discipline needs serious work. I think that most people who are in the markets, from a retail perspective, are not disciplined enough. And that's the unfortunate truth of it. We're trying to trade in an environment, we're trading against the best in the world, the most highly funded people, the most intelligent people, the best traders, the best algos. You've got to have discipline, and discipline is how you are getting involved in the market. It's you. That's how you can work on you. And I know that every hour I put into self-discipline outside of trading makes me money in the long run. It's the greatest investment you can make, is in improving your own discipline, because that will help you with discipline in the market. It will help you stick to your trading plan. It will help you deal with crisis. I've literally just filmed a video that's probably going to be uploaded pretty soon. Make sure you're subscribed for that one. You've got notifications turned on, all that good stuff, where I talk about literally, I got hammered by all sorts of stuff hit me. It was all sorts of different things that were an unusual scenario. Unfortunately, I dealt with it. Yes, it lost me money, but it could have been so much worse. And that really just comes down from the experience and being disciplined enough to deal with it. Have I got perfect discipline? No. Has anybody? No, of course not. You're always going to do something you shouldn't do. You're always going to make mistakes. But the better you can get at it, then definitely the better results are going to be. So work on improving your discipline. Number 5. You need to focus on one thing at a time. Too many people are trading so many things, they're trading so many markets, so many setups, different styles, different strategies. You're never going to get any traction. And nobody in the top level is trading a ridiculous amount of markets, setups, strategies. It's just not doing it. You might find the odd one or two who are kind of trading in multiple markets, but because they're becoming very, very good at it, and they've got a window where they look at it and what have you, they've got very specific things they look for. But in reality, guys, if you look at the commonality between very, very good traders, even traders who are making a good living, you know, they are focused on one setup, one style, one strategy, one approach, or maybe a few setups and style, but one style. You know, they say, okay, well, this is my style. I'm a price action trader. I'm a pairs trader. I'm a trend trader. I'm a this. I focus on this market. I focus on these few markets. You know, specializing. Too many traders are trading too many things. They're trading gold one day, trading euro, US dollar the next, they're trading lean hogs the next day. They're trading this, they're shorting that, they're buying this. You can never get good at anything. You're trying to do everything at once, and it's just not going to happen. Specialize. And even then, when you think it's too narrow, that's when you're doing it right. You think, oh, is way too specialist, then that's good, because the more specialist you are, the better you can become at it. And if you become an expert at that one thing, only takes 1 or 2 setups, in fact it takes 1 setup, as long as you're patient enough with it, and that's fine. You can trade 1 setup with 100 times the size you normally do. If that's working for you, that's going to make you way more money. So it's not necessarily about doing loads of things averagely, because average is not going to cut it in the market. It's the way it is, guys. You've got to be the best at it. You've got to find your own little groove, as we talked about. You've got to become a specialist at that, and you've got to make it your own and focus on that one thing. I know a lot of you guys know this already, but I'm just kind of a refresher out there, putting it out there, because this is a hard game. It's a challenging game, but if we apply the right focus in the right points, you can make progress. Take care out there. See you next one. Bye-bye.